Hello, it's Saturday the 21st of October and I'm looking at last night's EuroMillions results and trying to answer the question of why these numbers. Well, looking at the chart for the main numbers summarising the entire draw history, all I can see is that the most overdue didn't come out and the most frequent number didn't come out, and the ones that are most overdue for the frequencies didn't come out. So the reasons why these numbers came out aren't down to the individual numbers themselves, but it's the combination of numbers together that is the reason why these numbers came out. Now, to look at the star numbers, I just need to narrow it down to the recent history. And looking at the star numbers, you can see it was the second most frequent and the second most overdue. So the question is, why these numbers? Well, if we look at the main numbers on the recent draw history, let's start with the most frequent numbers. And if we look at these frequent numbers and look at the charts for each number, see on the chart for 20, got 37 most frequent. These ones are overdue, and these ones are overdue for the frequency. If you look at the chart for 10, okay, none of the winning numbers were particularly outstanding on these charts, except maybe 23. But if you look at the chart for 17, now we can see 27, which is also the most frequent number on the recent history chart, is most frequent with 17. And if you look at the chart for 27, 17's most frequent with 27. So when we look at the recent history chart where the individual numbers are, two of the most frequent numbers are actually most frequent with each other. So that's why 17 and 27 came out together. Now, if we look at the chart for 17 and 27, and we look at the star numbers, you can see star number 8 was one of the most overdue, and star number 3 one of the most frequent. On the chart for 27, star number 8 was the most overdue, and on the chart for 17, star number 3 was the most frequent. So two of the most outstanding numbers with this most frequent pair of numbers, looking at recent history, they're the ones that came out. And if you notice on the chart for 17, there's 23 looking a bit overdue for its frequency. Now if we go into the full draw history, it don't really matter as much in recent history. I mean, looking at the full draw history, 17 and 23 haven't always been that frequent together. And if we look at the chart for 27 on the full draw history, number 4 was the most overdue to occur with 27. And in recent history, see, number 30 is one of the most overdue to occur with 27. So that might be a reason why number 4 came out. And now if we look at the star numbers, you can see that with star number 3, 17 most frequent, and there's 23 looking a bit overdue. If we look at star number 8, looks like 23 is overdue for its frequency with star number 8. And also, if you notice, if you look at star number 8 and the full draw history, number 30 has always been most frequent with number 8. So if you look at the full draw history with star number 3, because star number 3 and number 8, there's always been a 3 and 8 on the star numbers. The new additions were 10 and 11 in draw 381, and then number 12 in draw 940. And if we look at star number 3, 17's always been most frequent with it. And you'll notice also on this chart that 23 is looking overdue for its frequency with star number 3. And that's looking at the full draw history. So we've got 30 most frequent with star number 8. We've got 17 and 27 most frequent pair in recent history. Or maybe not the most frequent pair, but a pair where both of the numbers in the pair were not just the most frequent together, but most frequent in recent history individually as well. So that's probably why they came out. And then we've got on the chart for 27, we've got 4 most overdue to occur with 27. So that explains that pair. And so, to summarise what I'm saying in this video, the numbers that came out were basically numbers that are just frequent and overdue to occur together. So it wasn't the individual number, it weren't down to the individual numbers, it were down to the combination of numbers this time. So I wouldn't have predicted that outcome, and I only got one number, which was 27. Because there's two ways of looking at it. There's the engineering point of view, where you say that basically numbers that are frequent are more likely to come out again, because it's as if they're wearing down a path that makes it easier for them to come out next time. And the mathematics point of view is that the longer it's been since the number came out, the more likely it is to come out. And so, number 4, for example, it's been a long time since it came out with 27. And star number 8, for example, was overdue with the most overdue with number 27. So 4 and 8 most overdue with 27. And 27 most frequent with 17. So that's the only reasons I can come up with for why these numbers came out. So if you want to know what numbers I'm picking for the next draw, just watch my last video because I'm sticking with the same numbers. Because these numbers that have come out this time, they haven't really changed anything with respect to the numbers that I've picked already. So I'm just sticking with the same numbers. So that concludes this video. Subscribe for the next one, and bye for now.